films too, yeah. If you know my old films.
I wasn't a really big fan of Terror Train. I always thought it was one of the standout Slacker movies. I know you were involved in it.
Yeah.
Are there any like interesting stories in terms of working with Jamie Lee Curtis or anything involved in the making of that film?
Yeah, on Terror Train, I mean, there's a couple of interesting stories. One was that we got John Alcott to shoot it. John had just finished doing The Shining, and it was a big coup to get John Alcott. He also did Barry Lyndon, and you know, he started doing a lot of the Kubrick stuff. And I was very, you know, and we were like shooting it in 25 days, and we had to do it within a real time constraint. It was a horror film, and of course these effects all take time. So I was very apologetic with him, and he said, no. He said, listen, we just did 9 months with Stanley Kubrick, because on The Shining, they shoot a scene, then they redo the whole set. Like if he, you know, he'd say, well, maybe we should light it differently, or maybe it should have different colors. They go back and they reshoot the whole thing. Plus, they did endless takes. I mean, Jack Nicholson has talked about, you know, that, you know, take 70 of the same thing. So they were really happy. It was him, his operator, and the guy that does his lighting. We got all 3 of them. And they were very happy to be doing 25 days and in and out. And the other thing with Jamie was extremely, people have asked me about Jamie. She was very, very serious. She took her work very seriously, always came very well prepared, and asked really, you know, when she would say like, this costume's wrong for what I'm doing, or whatever, she was usually right. She was never like a hard time. She was never a prima donna. I was almost a gushing fan, because I loved her I saw her in Halloween, and I was like nuts about her. And I thought she was like one of the best actresses I had ever seen. She was so natural. And so for me, working with her on Terror Train, actually having missed working on the first prom night, I did all the other prom nights, but not the first one. It was like I was like a gushing fan, like, you know, she probably thought I was a stalker, but my God. It was just, I was just such a fan of her work. And I think the other, I think really great thing that's happened on Terror Train was that David Copperfield was on it, playing a magician, of course. And David was, I threw parties every night, and like endless, you know, just like, because we would wrap around 3, 4 in the morning, so we'd have a party. So I'd invite all the crew to my suite, and like they all showed up, and then the extras, everybody show up. So I just became notorious for these parties every night. But David Copperfield wouldn't come. And then finally he says, okay, he says, look, he says, I heard your parties are so good, and my girlfriend, who was one of the actors, said she really wants to come, so, you know, I'd like to come tonight. And I say, well, look, David, you know, you could have come like for weeks now. I've been telling you to come. And I said, okay, if you're going to come, you have to bring a magic trick, and you have to do something. So he did bring a trick. 'Cause I used to be a magician. That's how I started in this whole business. I was like a kid magician at around 10.
You can cut your own head off.
Yeah. I just couldn't do the tricks in Wizard of Gore because I was not well prepared in that. If you want to find out why and how I got the part of the Wizard of Gore, it was also one of those sort of weird accidents, and it's on YouTube. You can just look up Ray Sager on YouTube, and you'll hear the whole boring story. But anyway, it was so he brought in like a card trick that involved a big card and a frame and everything. It was an excellent trick. And then I showed him some of my card magic, and what the nice moment out of the whole thing was that he loved my card tricks, and he could hardly do any himself because his hands would tremble if he had to do sleight of hand magic, because he couldn't do that. He could only do big illusions. He was very good at, you know, that was why he did big illusions, is he couldn't do finer work, sleight of hand. He's actually now, I know he's practicing, he's learned how to do it. But for me, that was a big thrill, being with David Copperfield. And Ben Johnson, who was in the
Last Picture Show.
Wild Bunch, and was in
Last Picture
the
Show.
Brando movie, the big Brando movie. What was the Brando movie he did?
Ben Johnson, him?
Yeah, oh, he was great. It was the one that Brando shot for years on.
Oh,
you know,
One-Eyed Jacks?
One-Eyed Jacks. He did One-Eyed Jacks, and it was because Ben Johnson was in Terror Train, and it was such a thrill that we rented One Eye Jackson's screening in a theater.
Wow.
And like everybody showed up, the cast, the crew, everybody showed up for it. It was a big deal, a big event. Yeah, yeah. Any other questions?
I have a poster to give away.
Oh yes.
I was thinking what kind of, I really want, this is, this is expensive, this is a one of a kind, it's an original poster, they only made, it says here, I think they only made 200 of these. Anyway, it's one of the 200, it's signed by Ray Sager. So whoever takes it, promise me you'll frame it, take good care of it. I know, I kind of want to give it out to the laughing girl or the guy with the good questions. Okay, I'll just throw out questions, and if everyone answers, I'll ask another one. But Ray Sager recently appeared in an Academy Award winning film of last year.
Yeah. Was it last year? Yeah, maybe.
Is he huh? You work here. Does anyone know the Academy Award winning film? Ray Sager appeared as Montague the Magnificent. Juno. I'll do another one. Well, I said it at the same time you said it.
I hope you got the time, guys. Yeah.
Andre Link produced this movie. That was my question. Does anybody... I'm going to give it to this guy.
Does anybody know?
Are you going to frame it?
Yes.
You seem to really want it. If you really want it. I like you too, though. I almost gave it to you. My questions are lame, sorry. Anyway, if anyone wants to hang out with Ray Sager and I, we're going to have another beer probably.
Yeah.
Last question?
Then we'll do a couple of lines just like the old days. And, no, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Just joking, guys. I'm way past that.
Thank you so much for coming, everybody.
Yes. I love being
Thank you,
here.
Ray Sager.